What's up, it's ADR, back at ADR Sports TV, your host with the most from coast to coast, you already know. Alright, let's get it. Enough of the rapping skills, even though I got bars, right? I spit bars, no Hershey's. For all my super hot fire fans, y'all out here, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Go ahead and get to know. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about Match Day 21 Premier League Part 1, right? So I think that this was a fun-filled day. If you're an Arsenal fan, this was a good day. Bunch of ties, and then West Ham showing that a new manager really does bring a new manager bounce, right? So, I think that this was a positive day as an Arsenal fan. Although I don't think Arsenal is going to do absolutely anything with any of this, I do think that it's a good thing that, we're going to start with who we're going to start with. Liverpool tying 1-1 with Nottingham Forest. Okay, so the reason why I think that that was very good, right, is because Arsenal now have two key people, whether we're fighting for top four or we end up doing something magnificent, which I don't think is going to happen, and start fighting for the league again. We have both of the nearest competitors to us drawing 1-1. Nottingham Forest showing some bollocks this season, man. Nuno is doing a great job. We got to give him some praise. People thought he was cooked after Tottenham. Now look what he's doing with Nottingham Forest. Does this mean that he could do more with a team who spends more money? That's to be determined. But I will go ahead and give him some credit here. He did a great job stifling Liverpool for a lot of this game. They scored early, which gave them something to hang on for and something to hold on to, right? If you let Liverpool score, 15, 20, 25 minutes in, it could be a long game for you, brother. Nottingham Forest knew that, came with the quickness. Chris Wood, again, is doing what he needs to do. Man, this man is coming out from the golems, brother. He's coming out and he's doing what he needs to do to keep Nottingham Forest in it, not only in it, but also putting them in that top four race. It's fantastic to see things like this. This Premier League season has been spicy. I do like the fact that it's not so predictable this season. You don't know who's going where. There's been ups, downs, turns, left, right, look behind you, look in front of you. You don't know what's going on. So you gotta love it, man. You really do, right? So for me, I came home with a lot more energy because I saw these results and I felt like this is one of the things that makes me happy about the Premier League that we've been missing for the last 5 years, 7 years, 8 years, really since Pep's been here. But, there's been some peaks and troughs throughout that process as well. But this season specifically, I think there's been so much quality between the other teams. Fulham's done some great upsets. I think that Nottingham Forest has been a breath of fresh air. And then you have Brighton's and things like that, Brentford's, teams like that have been continuing on from what they were doing previously. You thought Crystal Palace may do a little bit better than what they're doing, but it is what it is. They may pick it up, they may not. They got teams that are in their place. So that's what I like about the Premier League this season is you really think that you know what's going to go, that what you think is going to go on, and then all of a sudden, a grenade hits. People looking left, right, ducking, and they see this ain't everything in front of you isn't as simple as it seems, right? So West Ham, we're going to go ahead and skip to them. West Ham versus Fulham. What a game by West Ham. Just simply having little tactical changes. They're missing some of their key players, but yet, Graham Potter, I never thought you were a bad manager, brother. I never did. I think Chelsea did you dirty, if I'm being honest with you. But I'm very glad that you got at a side like West Ham. I really think that that's a good team for you. And to be quite honest with you, I really feel like that's actually a great place for you, Graham. I think that you can really help West Ham do some great things. Because West Ham is one of those teams who, if they were to utilize the talent that they have, they could really be pushing for top 6, top 4. But yet, then you have teams that are struggling with their managers right now, right? They could creep back into it. And then you also have West Ham who, if they're not coached right or don't have the belief, you saw what they were doing in the beginning of the season with Lopetegui, right? Maybe Lopetegui is a right manager, wrong league, wrong team. You never know, right? I don't like to count a manager out after, having a hard time in the Premier League or having a hard time in any league for that matter, because managers change, they learn, things like that, right? So shout out to Lopetegui for making West Ham suck the first half of the season. Shout out Graham Potter for hopefully not making them suck the second half of the season. A surprise result for Fulham because they've been on, my opinion, a very good trajectory, but that also shows Graham Potter's ability for that new manager bounce that most people don't believe in, but it does happen. It really does. And also, shout out to your boy Robinson, an American, although he was born and raised in the UK, I'm almost positive, but he did claim his U.S. citizenship, which makes him an American player playing for the U.S., and he is a fantastic left back. I do think he will get picked up by a bigger team. He's doing fantastic again this year for Fulham. I think he was last year's Fulham Player of the Season, and he continues to show why he's quality both going forward and defending in this game as well. And we will keep moving on. Manchester City, Phil Foden showing up to the party finally this season. It only took you 21 games, brother. If this was Saka, Cole Palmer, anybody else, people would have been on you, but you got a free pass. Don't know why. Maybe because you're the England golden boy now. Maybe they threw all the chips to you. But I've been saying it from the beginning of the season, probably 5, 6, 7 games in. You've been sucking, and you need to do better. And what did you do today? You let people know that you're Philip Foden. The man, the myth, the legend? Not yet. But you did do well today. 2 goals. I think you did well. Although Manchester City's defense proven to be lackluster again. They are coming in 2-0, and they then, I didn't get to see all of this game, but then I know they let in a goal, the tying goal, 90+2. Okay, this is just not good enough. And when you look at what I like about Thomas Frank is he doesn't play like a team who is trying to be mid-table. He plays very structured and well against even the top teams. They had 18 shots on target today. Yes, I have some stats pulled up. I don't just remember this stuff. I'm not Brainiac, right? They don't call me Rain Man. But they had 18 shots, 6 on target to Manchester City's 21 shots, 8 on target. 56% possession to Manchester City, 44% possession for Brentford. And now, stats don't tell stories. I'm not a stat person. But what I do like about these 3 stats are these things that, especially for teams, when you see that it's a goal-scoring game, they matter in my opinion. When you have a team that is in 10th, 11th, 12th place that's battling with the team who won the league last season, the last 4 seasons for that matter, who's trying to go back in and fight for top 4, it looks like this season. And there's plenty of season. This is Manchester City. They could sign 3, 4, 5 players, come back and win the Champions League. It really could happen. They have Pep, right? But the fact that Brentford had this level of, I wouldn't say domination, but this level of intensity against Manchester City, being 2-0 down, clawing their way back, knowing that there is a way back in this game, scoring 2 late goals, Phil Foden at 66th and 78th minute, and then you got Wissa coming through in the 82nd minute, and then we've got Nogard, their center back, coming in with the 92nd not winning, but tying goal. It's actually fantastic seeing things like that. Again, that keeps the Premier League spicy. That lets people know, all right, Manchester City are still human because, boy, I swear, for a little bit there, it's a little bit tough getting like that, right? So I think that it was really good for Manchester City to take that, because I think that Arsenal is going to be in a top 4 race, to be quite honest with you. And Chelsea fans, you did call it. Everybody tried to force your hand. We tried to tell you you're in a title race. Not Chelsea, you're in a title race. And what did you guys do? No, we're not. We're not. Hey, look, we don't have the keeper for this. We don't have the defense for this. We are not in a title race. And it did prove correct. It did prove correct. Reason being is because you guys just don't have the consistency, or I wouldn't even say it's consistency. I would say it's the experience in your back line to lead you guys to where you need to be led, right? So that was, I think, is what's stifling you guys. I think one of the better things that you guys continuously have, though, is grit and heart now, which you didn't have previously under your last managers. I felt like you guys didn't believe in his ideas. And as I like to say, believing in the tactics brings the hunger. I said this for Manchester United the other day against Arsenal. When you believe in your tactics, you will bring the heart and fight to the battlefield, right? So I think that was great. I think that, obviously it's a bad result for Chelsea in Chelsea's eyes, but I do think that it's good for not only Reece James to be back on the pitch, scoring the game-tying goal, which did, to be quite honest with you, save you guys from embarrassment. I think on some levels of front. No disrespect to Bournemouth. They've been fantastic this season in some aspects. But I do think that the way that Chelsea is going upwards in trajectory, that you did kind of save yourself from losing all 3 points. You gained a point, right? But the play was not good enough from Chelsea, right? I know this, and this is where you look at stats here, and you sit here and you'll say, 26 shots, 10 on target. They completely dominated. Yes and no. I don't think that the stats tell all the story of this game. I think Chelsea fans, you comment down below how you felt about the game. If I was a Chelsea fan, I'd be a little bit disappointed. I think in a lot of the first half, you guys did not look clinical. Not only not clinical, I just felt like you guys weren't decisive. I felt like you guys were kind of lull around certain aspects. I think you guys were just hitting shots to hit shots. I felt like there wasn't too much conviction on there. And you're starting to see, if Cole Palmer isn't the one taking the shots, what is going on in training that you guys aren't having this level of, you know what I'm saying? You know, you need some of that bravado in these shots. You guys are kind of just pillow-footing it, you know, like Odegaard pillow-foot. So, I think that Chelsea's still in a good position. I still think that they're there for what they want to do this season. I think that they're going to be in pole position to get the top 4 that they want to and possibly win a cup. I think they better win a cup with the team that they have and the competition that they're in Europe. The Cheesecake Cup or whatever it's called. But I think that Chelsea having a history in Europe is going to help them. And then let's go ahead and leave it there. I am coming out with another video a little bit later today, and we are going to talk about the preview tomorrow, okay? I do appreciate everybody. Again, I got dual monitors, so if you see me looking over here, looking over there, it's no disrespect to you guys because you guys are the real MVP, all right? Please comment down below, like, subscribe, share with your mom, your dad, your auntie, your brother, your sister, your everybody, and your family, all right? Help your boy reach 700 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 700, man. Come on. I think I deserve it. Probably not with the quality of my videos, but, deep down, I deserve it. And if you don't believe in yourself, who else will? Right? So, again, I do appreciate you guys. I've been ADR. Peace.